Okay. Woo! Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Soul Eater Season 3, Episode 8 of my, Season 3, Episode 1 of my show, which is also about Episode 1. Now, Episode 1 in the English dub is known as 800 Years of Bloodlust, Advent of the Heretic Witch, and this first episode of Season 3 carries over from where the last episode of Season 2 left off. So if you guys remember, back in the previous episode, the last video I did for Season 2, it showed, the golem showing up, and then they started to, then Maka, Corona, and Ragnarok and Soul started to fight it, and the rest of what happens carries into this episode. And then this is also going to explain why. Remember how I said in the previous video I did, which was a while ago, the last episode I did for the second season, I said that Maka sent that the golem had a soul. The reason why is because of this episode. I explained that I would explain that in this episode, basically. But I'm sorry, I'm just getting off topic there for a second. Anyway. And then basically what happens is Maka uses her scythe attack to hurt the golem, and then Yuriko is basically saying, Baba Booey. Please. I need privacy in order to do this. Again, sorry if you saw that. Trevor, can you close my bedroom door? Yeah. Again, sorry about that, guys. So if you caught that before, that was just Trevor, a worker that's a friend of mine. So if you caught that before, I apologize. Anyway, getting back on topic with what I was saying, if you guys remember back when I did the last video for Season 2, I said that Marcus saw that using her soul perception that the golem had a soul. Okay, thank you. And now actually I'm going to explain the reason why for that. I didn't want to explain that in the previous episode because it would sort of be explained in this episode. But it goes to where Dr. Stein is. Well, basically, before the opening title screen shows up, it goes to where Dr. Stein is, and he's wondering why the Kishin's madness wavelength would cause an inanimate creature, like a soulless creature, like a golem, to go berserk. And he says that there's only one reason he can think of, and that reason is basically... sorry, if you saw that burp, I'm recording this right after I had supper, so if you guys saw that burp, that was part of the chili I ate. I had a small burp because I had chili for supper, so if you saw that in the video, I apologize. And then, basically, Stein looks in this book. Well, then it goes back to where, Maka and Corona are. And then, Maka uses her scythe to damage the golem a bit. But Yuriko says that basically, it may be an old golem, but they're gonna have to do way better than that to hurt it, because taking very good care of it. And, oh my god. And then basically, then it goes back into where Dr. Stein is. I was getting back into where Dr. Stein was. I was just backtracking there 1 second. Then he looks in this book and said that there were reports of mass hallucinations, and basically what the hallucinations were people saw black objects that were like spider-like. And the area basically where those took place was the village that Maka, Corona, Ragnarok, and Sol were in the episode Luke Village in the Czech Republic. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And this sort of also hints away to who the second... This is what I mean by secondary antagonist. Because if you guys remember when I did the last video, I said that there would be a secondary antagonist introduced in this season of the series, which will basically last for this entire third season up to a little bit into season 4, like until I think episode 11 of 12 for that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, then Stein contacts Lord Death and he tells them that he thinks that the witch Arachne has begun to move again. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a sort of a character description on who Arachne is. As her name states, she's basically a witch that's named after a spider. And technically, in the Soul Eater series, she was the, I guess you could say the mother of magic weapons. Because she was the one that created the weapons to have the ability to she would basically kill other witches in order to give the weapons their powers. So technically she's partly the reason why magic weapons come into existence. And now that I've gotten into that, I'll explain about her organization. I'm just going to get a little off topic here because with her revival, actually the organization that she runs in this series is also revived. It's called, this is ironic, but because her name is basically named after a spider, because if you think about it, arachnid is the scientific name for the word spider. So that's sort of a dead giveaway as to who she is. And the reason why I mentioned that was because of the fact that, of the organization that she, leads. And this is the funny part. The organization she runs is known as Arachnophobia. Oh my god. Because phobia is another way of saying the word fear. And no, it's just another way of saying the word spider, so it's basically a word that basically states fear of spiders. Oh my god, I am so sorry, but that's kind of funny. And then getting back into what Death was saying, because of the fact that she would kill other witches to give the magic weapons their powers, she found herself not only being chased by Death, but by the other witches as well, basically. And then basically Kiriko states about the spiders scattering around the world, and then Krona gets a little stare-faced, and then Arachne shows up, and then Krona gets a little startled by Arachne. But there's a good reason for why she gets a bit startled, because this is gonna sound kind of weird, but apparently Medusa is Arachne's little sister. So technically Corona's got a bit of a twisted family tree, I guess you could say. I just thought I'd get that small part there out of the way. And then getting back into what Stein's, that he's saying that he should go help the others fight in the village. But then Death is basically saying that he had a bad feeling about this as well, and necessary precautions have already been taken. And what he means by that is he sent another one of the death sides, which is Justin Law, to Loot Village to collect Maka's soul and Krona and Ragnarok. And then basically what happens is this is kind of gonna lead into this also leads into what I said last season, where Kiriko would have, sorry about that, a little burp there, anyway, where Kiriko would sort of have a, rivalry with Justin Law in this series, which only lasts for this season and for up until one of the episodes in the final season. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm gonna have to double check, and then I'll check when I watch season 4, and then I'll let you guys know. But I know it starts in this season and carries over into next season. Anyway, now the reason why he has a rivalry with Justin Law in this series, I'm just going to mention this very quickly. The reason why he has a rivalry is because Justin Law is basically the same kind of weapon as he is, one that doesn't need a Meister, basically. And then, after a little talking scene, and then Justin basically says that he can read lips. He doesn't have to hear what he's saying because he can read people's lips and stuff. Which is kind of weird, to be honest. And then, Kiriko says that basically that Justin Law could understand him the whole time because he was reading what he was saying. Oh my god, because he had the ability to read lips. And this is going to sound kind of silly, but the reason why he shouts really loud in this episode, there's a part in the episode where he shouts really loud. That's basically because he always has these headphones in his ears. Oh my god. It's just hilarious. And then he does this sort of prayer thing that increases his soul wavelength. And then basically, before I continue, I just want to mention something. I'll give you guys a little character biopic of Justin Law as well. I guess I should have did this in the second last episode of season 2, but I didn't get the chance because I was trying to make it as quick as possible because I wanted to finish the second season set. Basically, Justin Law in this series is the only death site that's adepticized at a young age, like around the age of 13, and apparently he did it all without a Meister and stuff. I just thought I'd mention that little part there. And then Arachne basically tells she tells Giriko that the golem energy is running low, and then basically they decide to retreat because of that, and then later on they go into the forest and they see this red carpet thing, and then they meet this little sort of miniature man creature. Like, he's sort of a man. He's known as, this is gonna sound kind of funny, but his name is Mosquito. It's like the bug. I think he's called that because of how long his nose is, because if I remember correctly, the reason why mosquitoes' noses are long as insects is because they suck the blood of humans. I'm just getting a little scientifical information. That's my hypothesis, is because of the nose. I'm just making a hypothesis, really. Anyway, then they get in the vehicle, and well, then it goes to where Maka and the others are, and Maka's basically in this casket, and then she's thinking to herself that she seems to understand how Sid felt now, because when she was in that coffin in the episode, it reminded her of when Sid was turned into a zombie, basically. Anyway, oh my god, I just thought I'd get that out of the way there. Oh. Anyway, continuing on with then Arachne and Giriko get in the vehicle, and then basically Giriko uses his chainsaw like to chop the hood off the limousine, and then they start driving toward Arachnophobia's headquarters is, and then Mosquito basically says that, like, he says in a tearful way that it's been such a long time, and he tells Arachne that basically this is the where she had spent her whole life building and stuff, and then all the followers of Arachnophobia start chanting her name and congratulating her on her revival, and then before the episode ends, she said that she will defeat death, and that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, when I post it tomorrow, give it the real best you guys can, and I'll probably see you guys sometime later this week. So until then, like I always tell you with this series, watch it or I'll take your soul.